Hurricane Sandy is officially gone from the peninsula, but she certainly left her mark behind. In the wake of Sandy, the sun was shining, the weather was beautiful, but there are reminders of the storm everywhere, as we saw today in a flyover of Delmarva from Chopper 16. We're now taking a look over the community of Ewell on Smith Island. Now they saw some pretty significant flooding here, and I want to point out a couple things. You can see some structural damage here on this building. It looks like the roof collapsed, and that's not the only damage that we're seeing here on the island. Because of the flooding, it was also affecting some of the boats here. Now, I want to show you, if we zoom in a little bit closer there, you can see one boat completely underwater there in the middle of the screen. And again, just because the island saw some very significant flooding, we're also hearing that phone lines are down, power's still out for the island. Now, waters are starting to recede, but again, structural damage, and you can see some more of it right there. It appears that this was a building that just collapsed with these intense winds and powerful rains in the storm of Hurricane Sandy. Now moving over to the Smith Island community of Tylerton, and you can really get a sense for the damage here. We're looking over a pier, and check out the structure here. You can see that the pier was really just torn apart. As we get a look at some of the panels in there, they were just blown away by the really intense, strong winds that we saw. And again, the floodwaters receding here, and now we're getting a better idea of the damage left behind. Here's something you don't see every day, a boat in the road. Now our guess is because of these floodwaters that were out here earlier that are now again receded, the boat was just thrown onto the roadway. Flying over Pocomoke City, the most visible effects of the storm were in the form of flooding. Market Street heading into Pocomoke City remains flooded. Now, the bridge area was completely flooded out yesterday. Water's starting to recede, but the road there is still blocked off. You can see some vehicles blocking the pathway on the bridge heading out of Pocomoke City, and then another vehicle heading in, just because the road still remains impassable. Now, other areas along the Pocomoke River also remain flooded out. Check out this park area here. You can see just so much water there that the entire park still remains underwater. There's a gazebo there. If we can get a tighter shot of that, you can barely see the roof. That's how far under the water it is, as the Pocomoke River has gone over its banks and really flooded out this park area. And take a look at this between Pocomoke and Snow Hill. This is Nassawango Creek Road here, and you can see that Nassawango Creek has gone over its banks, making the road completely impassable. Flooding still a major problem there, and no cars even attempting to drive through that. All right, we see this car driving along Nassawango Creek Road here, about to get to the point where the road is flooded. And again, Nassawango Creek completely over its banks, so this roadway is very seriously flooded. And he's going through it. And this is exactly what safety officials recommend. Oh my goodness. And he's backing out, probably a good idea. The recommendation, again, turn around, don't drown if you see standing water on the roadways, which of course is a really big problem as we're seeing in communities all across Delmarva. You have to keep in mind that if you're trying to get somewhere, water may be an obstacle. Flying over Long Neck, specifically, we're looking at the Rehoboth Shores community. Now you can see that the area is still littered with debris and trash. I spoke with a woman that lives there earlier. She says that when the storm came through, there were actually waves coming through the back of the park. But again, if you take a look down here, you can see some of the skirting from underneath that home there, blown by the wind. Now, some people in the community are still without power. They're seeing things like fencing tiles wash up. There's been some water damage, but again, mostly it's debris here, the skirting, the tiles that are being blown around. Some standing water still remains, but most of those floodwaters have receded. They started going down yesterday, and as we take a look now, all we're really seeing is some small remnants of that flooding as some standing water does remain, but it is clearing out. And again, now mostly just debris as we take a look over Long Neck. While the storm may be over, the process of cleaning up and assessing the damage is now just beginning for many. Reporting from Chopper 16 over Delmarva, Corrina Pysa, WBOC News.